Good morning. It's afternoon now, but it's Sunday, and yeah, good morning. Oh, that's bad lighting. I am redoing my roots, and yeah, hung out with my best friend yesterday. That was a lot of fun. We hung out all day. It was so much fun, and I guess that's what happens when you don't hang out with your best friend for a little over a month. Yeah, but yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I guess she's gonna come with me to my tattoo appointment. Yeah, so I emailed the artist, see if they're okay with even having visitors, or like another person there, just to make sure they're comfortable and all that. But yeah, so that was cool. And yeah, we just hung out with my cute little nephew, and that was fun. We just had like great old time, took pictures and videos and all that. He's learned so much. He learned how to say Wawa yesterday, like he just said it, and I was there for it, and I felt really cool. And I did not get peed on, so that was cool also. But yeah, today I'm redoing my roots, and then I'm also, I thought there was like something dripping that wasn't, I don't know. I thought there was like toner dripping. I'm like, I'm not even to the toner stage yet. But yeah, I'm doing this, and then I'm gonna watch the last episode of The Quarry. I made more coffee, so I'm on like my third iced coffee today. And I saw Pizza Chew was like, hey, stay hydrated, and I'm like, oh crap, she knows. Yeah, and I'm also gonna put away laundry because that's like a week and a half, 2 weeks overdue. It's Monday, and I basically just played Mass Effect today. We did get Mythical Morning in before my fiance had to go to work, so that was cool. And yeah, and it's funny because it's like, it was kind of busy because my boss is back from vacation, so it's a little bit like, whoo, getting back into the swing of things on Monday. So I don't mind that I go in later on Monday because I'm like coming back from the weekend and all that. So, I just got back, I stopped at the dollar store on the way home because we needed milk, and I was like, okay, cool, I'll just get milk there. And I picked up some other things, enough stuff to basically get a cart, because I didn't know dollar stores even had carts, like miniature carts. And I don't know, me being a tall lady didn't mesh well with short cart, so I felt really weird. I also felt weird because this woman, this older lady, was trying to find a worker, and they're like, do you know where the girl worker is? The girl that works here, she's like working the shelves. And I'm looking at her like, and I like just look over to my right because it looks like there's a worker there, and it's very clearly not a girl. That person is not, I mean, they could identify as so, but just from the first look, I'm like, that is not the work. So I just like looked, I was like, there's someone in this aisle, and she goes, oh, there she is. And I was like, oh my gosh, because I guess she needed help or something. But it just sent me back to like, oh, that's right, guys can't have long hair without being mistaken for girls, just like girls can't have short hair without being mistaken for boys. Now, given, yes, there are like a lot of, there's, pronouns and all that, and I don't even know this person's gender identity, right? And that's why I said, this person, like there's a person right here. I didn't say like, oh, she's right here or he's right here. I don't know how they identify themselves. So okay, so it is Tuesday and I'm driving home from work. My boss and I just like had a good old conversation. So now it's like 9 o'clock at night. She had the 2021 version of my car, which is, my car is a 2008. So we were just kind of talking about that and just how weird, like, her car was. So the person that, like, got really mad at me a couple weeks ago or something like that came in, and they were upset that I didn't say hi to them when they first walked in, and I just kind of thought that person hated me, so I was like, oh, I don't know. Apparently it's, I think they're just looking for something to be upset about. Oh well, I guess. Okay, so today's Wednesday. I worked 10.5 hours. I got to leave before my boss, which was a little weird. But yeah, and I feel like I got in trouble today, but not in like a, you know, shaking finger type thing. Just, I was supposed to, I'm still not super sure what I was supposed to do. Yeah. There was someone that wanted a product, but like certain kinds of product or something, and they wanted to basically just confirm with their friends or something if that's what they wanted. And I was just like, okay. And I was just told like, oh, I'll give you a call to confirm it. And I was there for the confirmation, but apparently like I was supposed to tell someone to order the product or something. I don't really know what happened, but now one of the kinds of product that the person is ordering or like wants to get is out of stock. So I'm a little confused. Yep, I'm a little confused. So I still don't super know what I was supposed to do with the information that I was given. So yeah, I don't know. And now I'm gonna go home, and it's weird. I don't open tomorrow because me and another girl, like, we switched shifts, and I was just like, okay. So now I don't go in to open. Now I actually am closing tomorrow. So like I feel a little weird. And the weird thing is, usually I have the rest of the day, but now I have like the day prior. I don't really know. And some kind of like permit like got received or something like that. So I'm like, okay, so I feel like I have to call someone tomorrow about it. I'm just like, oh my god, why can't we just have like air and water heater and be done with it? But the city has to come out and inspect it. Gosh, I feel like we've had 3 people come within like this year. I don't know, because our washer had to get fixed. And then our faucet had to get installed. I just feel like, and then our AC went out, and I'm just kind of like, you know, I'm kind of over people just coming over to our house right now. Like, can we just not? So hey, it's Thursday and I work later today, and so I haven't eaten yet. I haven't had any water today. I'm a mess. But I ran the dishwasher, I loaded the dishwasher, ran that, started a load of laundry, folded what was ever in the dryer, it was a small load. Yeah, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna go get meal prep stuff so I can like meal prep, you know, whatever. And I think I have time to do it today, maybe, which I have no problem doing, or at least do some of it, or, you know, something like that. And, I'm like, okay, well, I mowed the lawn first, because we started having weeds come up. The grass wasn't that long, but it made a difference. And the mower, like, just started to, like, turn off, and I was like, okay. Well, then I was like, well, shoot, I'll just, okay, I guess I have to add more gas to it. And actually it needs oil, because I added gas and it started to, like, you know, it started, then it stopped, and I was like, okay, so I guess it needs oil, and which we've never done, so that's news. So I gotta add oil to it, and I was gonna get gas also, because like we're kind of a little low on gas, and I was like, okay, and then I have to get gas in my car, I mean, I could probably go another day, but I was like, I'm just gonna get it now. And the gas station's like full. There's 2 pumps that are out of order. And I'm like, okay. So I also got told, so I started like breaking out from wearing a mask at work. And I got told to get like this pads, and like the grocery store that I was gonna go to get meat like is out of stock of those. So I'm at Target now because I saw that they had them in stock, and I'm like, okay, like whatever. It's just like, I don't know, for a Thursday at like almost 10:30 in the morning, it just feels a little hectic, and I feel like it really shouldn't be that hectic. But yeah. My immediate thought though when the lawnmower started to die, I was like, another thing that we have to get fixed? Oh, I also made the appointment for the inspection. It was supposed to take like, I think they said like 5 to 10 minutes or something. So I'm like, okay. That was easy. Okay, so it's Thursday, and it was already kind of like a wacky day to begin with. I did mention like everything that I did before. So I get to work, and I realized I like forgot my water on the way there, and I was like, gosh dang it. So I'll have to go next door. And I was like, oh, it would be cool. I think I was asking whoever was there, hey, like, is it okay if I go next door? You think their phone will like ring? Because that's usually why I feel like I have to stay there. They're like, oh, like the phone will ring if you like go next door. And I was like, okay. So went next door, got water, grabbed like a Major Mountain Dew. So I've been digging that. And then came back, realized, because I cleaned like the pedicure room, and we cleaned the pedicure tubs in between like services and stuff, or like after each service I should say. And I was just like, okay, I'll just, I noticed like we didn't have a lot of bleach left, so I went next door, got like just basically more cleaning supplies that we were running low on, all that stuff. So anyways, I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. And I don't know if it like got hotter out or what was going on, but I just like was really tired. And I'm like, oh man, like, heck. I think it was because of how hot it was, probably. Like, I specifically wore a dress because of how hot it was going to be. So anyways, I'm like, okay, whatever. And there was like a situation that happened where I had to like disinfect like an area like really well. And so I was just like, that was like a first for me. And I was like, oh, okay, like this happened. And I just remember feeling bad because the person was probably embarrassed, and yeah, so it was fine. I wasn't like grossed out or anything. I was just like, it's whatever. I didn't really care. But yeah, well then, so it's like, nearing, like it was getting closer and closer to like the time like we were all gonna leave. And then all of a sudden, like, I started hearing like this like sounds, and I was like, what is that? I didn't know if it was like a truck, if it was thunder. And I know my best friend told me that they had like thunderstorms and like their power flickered, and I was like, oh, that's weird. So I'm like, okay, well, nothing's happening here. And like, I just remember seeing this, like, I went out, like, I looked outside and I saw like this just really weird looking cloud. Like, it was big, but it just looked weird. And I was like, well, that's strange. So I'm like, okay, I just kind of kept looking at it. I was like, okay, whatever. And then, it ended up, like, raining, but, like, raining sideways. And I was like, okay. And, like, me and, like, the stylist and the client were all just, like, looking outside, because we were all like, wait, like, what the heck? Like, what's going on? And, we started just hearing, like, it didn't sound normal. It sounded like a very loud, like, thundering above us. And I was like, is it raining that hard? Like, no way. And, I just was, like, looking at this. I was like, how is that rain? Like, how is that loud? And then we noticed that there was, like, quarter-size hail outside. And, like, I have, like, a video of it and everything. But, like, it was so loud. because it was everywhere, and like I felt really bad for like if the client's car got damaged. Like our cars are fine, but oh my gosh, that was like so scary. My social energy is pretty much gone. I don't know. I don't even know what to think right now. Well, what just happened? Now I'm just hoping that like a tree didn't fall in our backyard. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened. Oh man. Okay, so it is Friday, and I'm really feeling the Friday. I'm really feeling the Friday drain, I guess. Very drained. So yeah, I don't know. So gosh, let's see what happened. Like I got to work, all was good. I had like my smoothie, and yeah, everything was fine. And then it like picked up a little bit more, and then like died back down a little bit, and then I ended up I had to go to the store, and I got like more cleaning supplies, which I'm thinking about now. I needed to grab a couple other things, but I just didn't really think about it. So yeah, but it wasn't a bad day. It was a good day. There was a part where like I literally, like once it was like an hour before close, I was like, oh crap, like I was like, oh, I have to do all these things. And then I was like, there was a client there to get like a pedicure done, and I didn't fill the tub, but I got everything else ready, because last time I got literally everything done and the client wasn't there and the water cooled, and for some reason I didn't piece together that the client, even though I literally greeted the client and I knew who she was and I knew she was there for a pedicure, and I still was like, I don't know, like what am I doing? So then like someone was like, hey, like what's like, did you get it ready? And I'm like, yeah, but not the water. And they're like, why not the water? And I'm like, you know what? It's a very good point. Why not the water? But now I'm heading home. I gotta feed our cats. We got takeout today from a place called the Toasted Pickle, and it was very good. I got this thing called the Smoking Dragon. I think it was supposed to be spicy, but I asked for, it was like some kind of pickle veggie that I don't know how to pronounce. It's like giardiniera, something like that, Niera or something like that, I don't know, but it's like pickled veggies, and they were like soup, like they were very spicy, and I'm glad, and I know this because I tried one, like I didn't eat it, I just like touched it with like my tongue, like just kind of like tasted it, and I was like, ooh, nope, super spicy, would have ruined the entire sandwich, so I'm very glad that was not the case. And then I think that was it. Oh, then their fries. Their fries are really good too. We all got like a pickle with it. But yeah, it was really nice. And I guess that restaurant like just opened up like last month or something. So it was really nice. I'm glad I partook. I wasn't going to get anything, and then I was like, oh, you know what? Like I'll try. I actually like ate lunch with like my coworkers, which was like kind of cool. So, because there's like an outing next week that I'm like basically not going to, because I have to work the next morning. I have to work 10 hours, and I'm like, like I don't really want to stay out late when I have to do that, so I'm not. And then I feel like that weird pressure though, because I'm like, oh well, the first outing, I've only been there a couple months, I probably should go, but yeah. Hello, it is Sunday morning, like almost 9 o'clock. I'm driving home. I am wearing the exact same clothes I wore yesterday, because I spent the night at my best friend's house, because I didn't want to drive through the storm that happened, and like there's like 70-mile-per-hour winds, and I was just like, I don't. And like it was maybe like 10 o'clock at night, and I remember thinking like, oh, there's a storm coming at 10, so I have to leave. I'll probably leave before then, and then I just didn't. So now, and I had like 2 cups of coffee, and we watched VeggieTales. We watched the Madame Blueberry one, because that's what my cute little nephew wanted to pick. So yeah, so we're driving before another storm comes. There's supposed to be another storm coming, I believe at like 9. So I'm trying to like get home before that happens. This light is a 4-way stop, I guess. Oh, now the rain's really coming down. Yep, there it is. So that one light that's not usually a 4-way stop was blinking red, so I guess it was one. Okay, so that was the rain. The rain stopped for the most part. Now I'm in like light sprinkle. I do want it to storm again, but there's a difference between like, you know, storming when you're not at home versus like when you're at home. There's a car just hanging out in a cornfield. Okay. Oh, it's getting darker where I'm going now. Oh, wow. I don't know if that's the way it always looked, but those power lines are low. Holy cow. Oh yeah, it's all cloudy over here now.